We are not aware of any credible threat here of a Paris-type attack, and we have seen no connection at all between the Paris attackers and the United States.
That was FBI Director James Comey assuring that there are no current threats to Americans on U.S. soil, but Comey also noted that, quote, dozens of the more than 900 ISIS targets currently under investigation by the FBI are being intensely watched. And of course, today, Syrian refugees were detained at the Texas border trying to cross. Milwaukee County Sheriff David Clarke joins me now. Sheriff, bottom line is, are we doing enough to protect Americans? Are we taking this seriously enough?
In my estimation, we're not. Look, the president still doesn't have a sense of urgency that he needs about the Islamic terror threat. And as far as Homeland Security, I think we need to take a look at this thing. We're going to have to do it on the fly because the wolf is at the door. I disagree with Director Comey. I have a lot of respect for him, but there are threats to the homeland. I saw a video this afternoon where threats were made to the White House and other areas, New York, Washington, D.C. You have to take those things seriously. I'm getting tired of these agencies saying there are no credible threats. There weren't any credible threats in Paris, France, before the horrible terrorist attack that happened there either. We need to do a better job with our intelligence because that's where we're going to make it difficult for the terrorists to penetrate our defenses here at home. Not make it impossible, because we are a target-rich environment, we're a free society, but we have to make it better than it is now.
Today, late in the afternoon, the House of Representatives passed a bill to slow down President Obama's refugee program. And now some of the onus will be on Homeland Security, and there's going to be some personal checkoffs. I worry, though, and you talked about the sort of intelligence community, about sharing that information with local law enforcement, like someone like yourself. And I'm kind of concerned about the vetting process getting lost between the federal government and guys like you.
Well, first of all, I'm not just sharing it with local law enforcement, but doing a better job of sharing it with the public. We're getting mixed messages. I heard Mayor de Blasio tell New Yorkers, to be not afraid. People have a built-in sensor about danger. They know when to be afraid. What I tell people is do what you think you need to do to keep yourself safe. But until we do a better job with developing intelligence and then sharing that intelligence, this is what we're going to have to live with.
What do you make in Paris? It feels like soft targets. That was the first thing I thought about. And also indiscriminate targets. It just feels almost, I don't know if it's a sign of desperation on their part or a new page in their playbook, but before we always thought it would be like, what can you do to top the World Trade Center? Now it's a cafe. I mean, it makes it feel like almost anything's open season.
Sure, they've gone to a different approach now, smaller, indiscriminate, regional type incidents or terror attacks like we saw in Paris. They went to a concert hall, multiple attacks at one time, a concert hall, the stadium, some cafes and bars. But you did ask about the vetting process for this. There's no way to guarantee, and we can't get it wrong even one time with people coming into the country that we don't know about. There's nothing to vet these people against. So when I hear the White House and the federal government saying we're going to carefully vet these people, it's nonsense, because there's no database and there isn't much information to vet these people against. I don't think that we should take the chance, because it's like trying to find a needle in a haystack. And I think until we know we can get it right, which is going to be a long time, I think it's a proper thing to put a pause on it and even stop it, because goal one, job one is to protect the American people, is not to worry about hurting people's feelings.
Sheriff Clarke, as usual, fantastic stuff. I appreciate you coming on tonight, sir.